They are fearless, cagey, and the cause of $1.5 billion in property damage each year in the U.S. Small wonder, wild hogs are one of the most prolific large mammals in the animal kingdom, having up to 2 litters a year with as many as 12 piglets each.
Reproductive potential is high, there's a lack of predators, and they consume 3 to 5% of their body weight daily. And if you consider a family group of 10 to 20 wild pigs and the tonnage that they consume, then it's a significant problem for Tennessee landowners.
Whatever you call them, wild hogs, wild pigs, feral hogs, even boars, these non-native invaders can now be found in 80 of Tennessee's 95 counties and are a dangerous threat to landowners, and the general population in our state.
Pigs are an exotic animal. They don't belong here, and our landscape is not adapted to the feeding behavior of these wild pigs, and that's what causes so much destruction. Well, this is a really good example of some fresh rooting that probably occurred this morning. If you look around this terrace or this high spot on the edge of this field, you'll see all kinds of disturbance, and that's the erosion from pigs that have come through here and rooted. They're after grubs or plant matter that they're interested in consuming. That's a huge loss for the farmer that farms this, because that's the valuable topsoil that he needs to produce a good crop.
Disease exposure to livestock is a serious concern. In fact, wild hogs carry up to 45 known diseases dangerous to animals and humans. TWRA officers Chuck Yost and Ben Layton are all too familiar with the challenges brought on by wild hogs. This is a typical trap placed on the edge of a farmer's field on the Cumberland Plateau, consisting of 4 16-foot wire panels with corn placed on the ground as bait.
Just based on what we're seeing here, we'll probably have 5 or 6 hogs going into this site.
The strategy calls for baiting a trap over a certain length of time to get the wild hogs comfortable with using it, attracting as many as possible, and then trapping them. But even that is uncertain.
If you've got 10 hogs coming in and you only catch 8, you've educated those two hogs to trapping, and they're a lot more difficult to get into a trap in the future.
How Tennessee and the TWRA got to this point is a story in itself. 2 populations of wild hogs were introduced years ago for free-range farming and sport hunting.
Either they escaped from farms or hunting preserves, and then also just pigs simply being placed out in the wild for sporting opportunities.
With wider distribution came more damage, so
the TWRA authorized a statewide feral hog season to combat these growing populations and the problems associated with them.
Which led to an explosion of wild hogs, in part caused by some sportsmen importing and introducing the animals across the state.
Obviously that approach didn't work, and we've reversed that approach. So now there's not a statewide opportunity to hunt feral hogs, so the incentive has been taken away to illegally transport these and place them into new areas.
Today, the TWRA's strategy is to recognize wild hogs as a nuisance species, limit wild hog hunting, and
eliminate that incentive to stop, to get the information out to Tennesseans, to give landowners the tools they need to kill these pigs and control the problems with pigs.
The agency is moving as quickly and decisively as possible to bring the wild hog problem under control. Given the circumstances, though, there is every reason to believe that officers are facing a huge challenge, made more difficult by the sheer numbers and cleverness of the animal they're trying to eliminate. I'm Alan Griggs on Tennessee's Wild Side.